Hello, my name is Natasha Martin Mitchell. I am from Listigish First Nation, but currently reside in Fredericton, New Brunswick. I recently completed my Bachelor of Integrated Studies and my Master's of Adult Education from the University of New Brunswick. As a mature student at UNB, I was often found volunteering and contributing my knowledge and expertise at the Mi'kmaq Wolastoqey Center. The Red Shawl campaign made its debut in October of 2015. As a student, I thought we needed to do something to bring attention to the plight of missing and murdered Indigenous women in Canada and to honor these women and their families. After speaking with the elder in residence, students and faculty began to work together to create a campaign geared towards providing hope and healing for families and to reclaim justice for these women through this honoring and public awareness initiative. The red shawl is a symbol of protection. It is what a young girl would earn in her footsteps to becoming a woman. When we as adult women wear shawls, as grandmothers, mothers, sisters, and aunties, we embrace the gift of healing.
The Zakariban Yajikok, we Joe Zakalika Buijik. Abjel, Nilandena Zakalika Boti, Bim Sewa Bijik, which you make with a hammock, you took a zikamudnut, Nagakizina Pohut. Besik one Makwa Ejik, which you gives me with a hammock, which you Wolan K, Web Sewa Bijik, you took which Quabas eated, Naganekanabas eated. Match me datch me with a haman, the Zelman.
In Canada, over 1,200 Indigenous women and girls have been reported murdered or missing in the last 30 years. The Red Shawl campaign honors these women and their families by providing a space for support and action. Please join us as the Mi'kmaq Wolastoqey Center at UNB offers activities as we move forward in healing and justice.
In the second year of the Red Shawl campaign, the Atlantic Ballet Theatre of Canada partnered with the Mi'kmaq Wolastoqey Center to bring its Ghost of Violence to the stage. This ballet was creatively adapted to honor Indigenous women of the Wabanaki Territory. In the spirit of reconciliation, co-founder and artistic director Igor Dobrovolsky and CEO Susan Chalmers-Gauvin invited the team of the Red Shawl campaign to their office to collaborate and infuse Indigenous knowledge, culture, and symbols within Ghost of Violence. By weaving dance with Indigenous culture, music, and language, Ghost of Violence embarked upon an emotional expression of the Indigenous women we have lost. As an incoming board member of the Atlantic Ballet Theatre of Canada, I am honored to be a part of this wonderful Canadian-based ballet company.
I want them to dance as if it were the women dancing. And so I say, you're representing the spirit of these women, so I'm going to bless your feet so that you'll glide, you'll be able to heal.
We bring the culture of this land and integrate to the existing performance, and we have the presence of the soul, the presence of this culture inside the existing ballet performance.
And so it'll be incorporated into the ballet itself. And so that way we don't replace, we don't displace, we blend, you know. And so it's ballet does their ballet, we do ours, we just do it together. And if you want to join them, that's okay. Yeah.
The show is different because it is that blend of Indigenous and Western ways of doing things and showcasing our respective art forms. It's standing shoulder to shoulder with non-Indigenous people who are trying to share the same message, that Indigenous women matter and this issue matters. For me, I do have some anxiety being a jingle dress dancer in the ballet because I feel that I have to get the message right. For so long, people have talked about or written about Indigenous people and it's never been with us.
When we got introduced to being part of the ballet, I was very excited because art speaks many languages. You know, ballet, there's no words, but there's this movement, there's this emotion that carries through the dance and the story, as well as the emotion that you would feel with a shawl dancer and a jingle dress dancer. They're not saying something like, you know, through their voice, but they're saying it through their movement.
This year I wanted language. I really wanted language, I wanted words. And so when Natalie Sapier did, you know, I gave her words for grandmother, mother, aunt, sister, sibling, little girl, woman, bride, you know, all those things that evoke. So those words are on the ballet shoes this year, but we also added pictures of women on those shoes.
It's so important because the land is craving to hear the language of the land. These dancers are dancing for us. These dancers are dancing for the women. And as I had these ballet slippers looking at them as this canvas to paint on, I wanted to paint stories of the women of our communities.
What's really amazing and beautiful is they come from different countries. And so when they go back home, they talk about, this is what I did while I was in Canada, you know, and there's this mission there. Because it's not just what can we do, it's how do we as a society internalize our responsibility that we live in a society that does horrific things to each other. And so it's almost as if it's a wake-up call.
All of us have a responsibility to care for our non-Indigenous and Indigenous sisters.
We see for the ones who can't see. We hear for the ones who don't hear. We smell the medicines for the ones who don't smell that anymore. We speak for the ones who have no more voice. We feel emotions for the ones who no longer feel. We stand and dance for the ones who no longer dance.